Guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video we are going to be dividing this Oncidium here. It has been in the same pot for a few years now, probably getting closer to 3, and it is just looking like it is time for a good repotting. The growth is starting to slow down a little bit, I'm sure, as the media is getting old. All the bulbs have pushed from the center out to the outside edge of the pot, and yeah, it looks like it's in need of a little bit of TLC. I want to try to divide this into 2, and I'm going to show you how we divide Oncidiums as well. It is November the 26th today. We had a little bit of break in the weather. It's back up above 0 anyways at nighttime lows. It's 71 degrees in here and 85% humidity. Why don't we take it this way and see what it looks like inside. Okay, so here's a better look at the plant. It is in a 6-inch square pot. I've drilled a couple extra holes in it to make sure there's good ventilation down on the roots. As I say, I planted this up quite a while ago, 3 years or so ago, and I think what I'm going to do is actually downsize the pot again back to something smaller, because orchids really do better in small pots. So this is a Wilsonaria. There's a flower. We're going to try to leave what's left of the flower in bloom on the plant. See if I can focus there. There's a good shot of it. So yes, this is an Oncidium Wilsonaria. Beautiful little hybrid. But let's get started and see what it looks like. So we are going to be using, if I can at all help it, we're going to pot this into 2 4-inch pots. I'm using the pots I get from Raven Vision. Ravenvision.ca was kind enough to give me these pots here, and they're also kind enough to give me a promo code for their website. I'm going to put a link to that below. So if any of you Canadians out there need any orchid supplies, Raven Vision with the promo code below will save you a bit of money on their supplies as well. So we're going to try to get it into 2 4-inch pots. So this is the first time I've looked at it too. I see in the center, oh my goodness, there's some serious roots there. I see in the center here there's a bulb that's kind of turned yellow right here, so we're going to try to remove that one at the same time. Good healthy roots. So this has been potted into it was in a small mix. I'm going to try to replicate the mix because it did pretty well in there, but it's just broken down. You can see how dark the bark is and how easily it will just break apart. It looks like it has some coconut husks in there and a bit of charcoal. But yeah, so let's give this a good little knead out. We're going to try to get as much of the media out as we can. We want to make sure to clean that up. Once you get into the center, you can expect to find a few rotten roots probably. Take out the moss here. And the best way to do it is you want to, when you're dividing an orchid, look for a natural break point. And the natural break point on this guy is going to be this bulb here. I'm literally just going to separate it by pulling it apart right in the center. Break this into one section. Break this into another section. And hopefully it'll just be nice clean breaks and we can do that easily. Lots of roots on this guy. This is some good healthy roots. And I think what I'm going to do is find a pair of scissors and maybe turn on this light here behind me. Hopefully it'll help give you some more lighting. I don't know if that'll help or not. Okay, found my scissors, and I guess there's quite a few roots, so I have to start with giving it a bit of a cut, and now it'll just tear apart. There we go. I instantly have 2 plants there. This bulb here, the one that is half rotten, we're just going to keep twisting it, and it's just going to come out like a tooth. Twist, 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 and there we go. That bulb will come out, and that can go in the bin there with the rest of the old media. So yeah, don't be scared when you're dividing Oncidiums. You want to make sure that every bulb has a little bit of roots, but you know what, even if you ended up with a bulb that didn't, it may still continue to root, because it's, as long as it's growing new growth like this, these new growths are going to send out their own new roots quite shortly. Actually, it was about the perfect time to repot this guy. So we'll continue to knead this away. I don't know how I'll get these into 4-inch pots, but I'm going to try. They might have to go into 5-inch pots. And we usually don't divide my Oncidiums at all, because I try to keep everything as low profile as possible. So when you're dividing, because these roots here are old, they're not rotten, but they're old, it will be growing new roots, so you don't have to worry too much if you break it. There would be another good division right there if we wanted to make a third. Just give that a tug and that would come right off. 2 bulbs on this side plus a new growth, 3 bulbs on that side plus a new growth. That would be just fine. So what I'm going to do is continue to go ahead and clean these up a little bit and see if we can squeeze them into some small pots. What fantastic roots on these guys. Old bloom spikes, they can be cut off. Make sure we clean it all up while we're here. You're not going to have a chance like this very often to really get in there and clean it up, so we'll remove the old sheaths. Alright, give these roots a bit of a trim, and that's going to fit nicely in this 4-inch pot now. There's one, and oh, this one has 3 new growths, so we got 1, 2, 3 new growths on this plant. There's a big hard old bulb in there from I don't know how many years ago, but we'll get rid of that hard piece that's in there. It's one thing to repot it, but it's another thing if you're going to divide it, we might as well really clean it up. I can't say that I'd be cutting all these roots off if it was just a simple repot, but and there we go. Good way to get roots in a pot is just give it sort of a twist, and that will settle all the roots in there, just like so. So that will be a good fit. When you're dividing like this and repotting, whichever way has the most growth, this way there's 2 here and 1 here, I'm going to push this towards the center so that it will grow into the pot more, as opposed to already having it start at the edge. So I'll get rid of this old media. And we'll bring out some new media here. I usually like to keep some on hand, already made up. I've done a few videos on how I make the media, so I'm not going to go over that today. Just going to lay some out on the table. That looks like it'll be enough to finish both of them off. So when I repot, I don't waste a lot of time. Just give it a good tuck in there. This one's unfortunate because it has a growth on either end of it. Makes it hard to position it right in the middle of the pot because both ends are already growing out towards the edge of the pot, but what are you going to do? This mix consists of some perlite, some medium bark, some small bark, some sponge rock, and some coconut husk. A little bit of sphagnum moss is chopped up and put in there as well. There's one done. We'll just sit her there. This is the one with the spike on. It's a little more awkward to work with, being it has the big spike. Big spike with 4 flowers left on it, but it's been blooming for a while now. It's done really good this year. Good enough that it deserves a repotting. So just tuck it down there. Once these are repotted, you can just give it sort of a bang on a hard surface. My benches don't seem solid enough, being their wire, and they'll move a little, so I usually just bang it on the floor. If you're doing this inside, you could give it a bang on the countertop. And there we are. Freshly potted Oncidium, freshly divided Oncidium, 3 new growths on it, so hopefully with fresh media it will continue growing better. Old media tends to go very acidic over time, and if it gets too acidic it will actually rot all the roots anyways. So when a plant is doing really good, it sucks to have to uproot it and repot it, but if you don't, eventually you're going to lose the whole plant, or at least lose all the roots. You'll be starting from scratch anyways. So it's best just to repot it when it needs it, and no matter what the shape of the roots are in. So remember to put your tags back. I'll have to make a new tag for this one here, that way it doesn't get mislabeled. Anyways guys, look at how cute and manageable these things are now compared to being in a big pot like this. Gonna dry out much easier. Gonna be able to keep tabs on the roots a little bit better, being it's a clear pot with some extra ventilation. And yeah, they'll get ready for their new growth now, and hopefully by next summer we'll have some new blooms on these guys. On another note, I have been quite busy on my other channel, Brad's Life. If you want to see more videos that are not plant related but still want to check out what I've been up to, give that channel a try over there. I'll put a link to it in the description below, and if you're on a computer I'll put a link to it on the screen as well in an annotation. And hopefully you like this video, and if you want to see more videos like this, make sure, if you haven't already, you subscribe to my channel. And as always, thanks for watching.